Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Jackman, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And yesterday was the Super Bowl, and whether you're a fan of football or not, it is a really big deal because during the commercials, and since it's one of the most watched events of the year, there's always a ton of really awesome things that are released or announced in commercials. And if you're a fan of anything movie related, there's definitely a lot of really awesome things that were showcased this year during the Super Bowl. So today we're going to go through all of the major trailers and what is unique about all of the Super Bowl commercials and spots that we saw when it comes down to movie trailers and releases and just things we're really excited about. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. But before we jump into it, make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any uploads just like this. Also, make sure you check out our Instagram, link in the description down below. We post a ton of great content over there as well. Here's an example of what we put up over there. Now, first off, we gotta talk about Marvel because they're one of the biggest things ever. We cover so much Marvel stuff here on this channel, and it's really exciting to see just whatever they showcase. Now, we did get a trailer that showcased a lot of the new Disney Plus shows that are coming in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That includes scenes from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and WandaVision as well. Now, what's really exciting is up until this point, we haven't seen anything out of these Disney Plus shows, and we just had a ton of speculation going on as to trying to figure out what is going to be in these shows. Now we get a really interesting look. Now what we see is a few very generic scenes from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but still things to get excited about. What's really interesting here is the WandaVision scenes because we've seen some release posters along the way that have really made us question what is going on here, and now that we finally get to see some footage, it definitely looks like the most unique out of all of these. We're thinking it's going to be some illusion world that the Scarlet Witch is living in, but there's obviously a lot of parallels driven from television shows. One sequence briefly looks like a really old sitcom, and then we have another sequence that looks like one of those 80s or 90s TGIF shows like Roseanne or Full House or something along those lines. It was really, really interesting to see how they're really going to style this type of show, and that was one that we were really excited seeing just because we finally get a first look at this thing. Then of course we get a little snippet from Loki, which is just a very basic sequence of him looking like he's in some sort of prison cell and says something along the lines that he's going to burn this place to the ground. So this one's also really exciting because we're going to be seeing some really unique things here. It's speculated that this Loki is going to be the same Loki from Avengers Endgame who essentially got the Tesseract and teleported out of there in the alternate timeline. So we'll find out what happened to that Loki along the way, and maybe what happened to that timeline where the Avengers just came and interfered with everything else going on. So that's definitely something we're really excited about. And mind you, this is all just from one quick spot that we saw during the Super Bowl. Now, on the other side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we actually get another look at Black Widow, the first movie of Phase 4 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but we're also getting to kind of see a little bit more and maybe have a little bit more revealed to us as to what's going to happen in this movie and maybe what tonal moods they're going to kind of implement when presenting this story. And it is really interesting. Now, along the way, we get to hear a little bit of new dialogue here and there, which is really interesting. We kind of get the idea that she had this family before the Avengers and kind of pokes at the fact that the Avengers aren't her first family.
You don't know everything about me. The Avengers weren't my first family. At some point, we all have to choose between what the world wants you to be and who you are.
Which is very contrast to a lot of the storytelling elements they use in Avengers Endgame when building up, the idea of family as the Avengers. So it is going to be really interesting to see that contrast provided in this upcoming movie. We also get a little bit more footage of Taskmaster that we haven't seen before, and we get a little bit of footage as well of her family. So we are looking into seeing some really interesting things in this upcoming movie. There's probably a lot of stuff we haven't seen yet, but it is nice to see maybe one more snippet before this movie finally finally, eventually hits theaters, and people are getting pretty excited for this movie. Then we got a really unique look at Fast and Furious 9. Now, what's really interesting is we just saw the initial reveal trailer just days ago, and that was a really big deal. It told us a lot about the plot. It told us a lot about who these characters are that are going to be there. It's going to be looking at Dom's brother, and there's going to be some returning faces along the way. But what's really cool about this trailer is everyone knows what to expect from a Fast and Furious movie, and for this trailer, they didn't try to do an exposition dump. They didn't try to over-explain the story. They didn't really go into any crazy lot details. What they really did here was have just one line of dialogue from Vin Diesel, and then they had a really awesome music piece called Hallelujah playing, and they just showed clips from the action sequences and some of the characters in the movie. They didn't really go into any story detail, and we think that was a really unique way to hook audiences for the Fast and Furious movie, because honestly, if you thought some of those action sequences are cool, you're probably going to look up the real trailer on your own, and it's just a good way to balance that out. We also saw another look at the upcoming James Bond movie, No Time to Die. Now, the trailer for this originally released not too long ago, and it mostly appears to have been the same footage, but it's always really exciting to see just what this movie is going to do. The masked villain antagonistic character looks so unique and really, really cool. It feels like an old Bond movie, but it still feels fresh and new, and honestly, we're really excited to see what they end up trying to do with this movie. Hopefully it ends up being good.
You get in my way, I will put a bullet in your knee. The one that works.
I thought you two would get along.
We also got a really unique trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog, and this one was really fun because it wasn't just the trailer straight up. They did some fun stuff with it. They essentially do this interview type parody, and essentially it's all kind of leading up to the reveal that it's for the Sonic movie, and it was just really clever. If you saw this trailer and commercial, you know exactly what we're talking about.
He makes us all look slow.
I'm wild, but he's on another level.
That dude, he knows it's all about the rings.
When he turns on the burners, good luck. He's just a blur out there. What's this for again?
What's this for again?
What's this for again?
What's this for again?
Great question. I have no idea. But please, McCaffrey, go on about how amazing I am.
But then it cuts to the actual trailer, and it's pretty cool. We got a couple new scenes along the way, like one of Sonic and Dr. Eggman talking to each other. But ultimately, it's really interesting to see what's going on with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. If you guys remember, it became a huge meme when the first trailer originally released because of just the way Sonic the Hedgehog looked. It was a huge controversy. It became this massive joke. Then they delayed the movie a few months and essentially hired on a graphic design team to rework Sonic the Hedgehog, and then right after they finished it, they fired everyone. That's a whole nother controversy. But we have this Sonic the Hedgehog movie that is going to have this different looking character from what the first trailer was. And we don't see that a lot in CGI movies, but now that they've kind of made the way that the character looks a little bit better, there's more of an accepting reaction to it. Commercials like this are really fun to see, and hopefully we get to see one or two more clever ones that are done in this fashion before the movie's actual release, but we really don't know if we're going to see too much more. This movie's really close to coming out now. And finally, we got a trailer for Minions 2, The Rise of Gru. And honestly, there's not too much to say about this. It's another Minions movie. If you're a fan of these movies, well, you'll be happy to see the next one. And if you're not a fan of Minions, well, guess what? They're making another one. So there you go. But anyways, guys, we wanted to go ahead and turn this around for you guys. What did you guys think of these trailers? Which one was the best? Which one won the Super Bowl for you guys? Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos just like this. We upload new videos about movies and discussions every single weekday, so if you don't want to miss what's up next, make sure you guys are subscribed with those notifications on. Otherwise, we'll see you guys all next time with a brand new video. Bye, guys.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.
Know anybody?